Winter birds fly into Zapata for two reasons.
The weather. The weather is so much kinder to old bones.
My fish poles are there ready for fishing for the Falcon Lake babes tomorrow.
It's what keeps them hooked.
I've been coming here probably close to, not steadily, but for 40 years.
Joanne Olson, Osina Buck, Lehman Justice, they all fell in love with their seasonal home.
There's not another lot that's as nice as this.
And they've spread roots.
Our residence is here. We claim homestead on this property. Our driver's license are here. This is our home now.
They live in Four Seasons Mobile Home Park close to Falcon Lake, but perhaps too close.
They've gotten a letter from IBWC.
27 letters have been sent out to people living on the United States flowage easement managed by the International Boundary and Water Commission.
This that's beyond that 307 traverse line that everybody has part of their homes on.
It's a zone they've determined to be prone to flooding due to the Falcon Reservoir. In order to conduct any activity on this property, you need a permit or license. Decades ago, a commercial license was granted for this mobile home park, but later the land was parceled and sold to some people who did not know their property crossed that boundary.
Here, part of their homes are actually on property that was sold to them. They assumed that they owned it, but the whole thing, but they don't.
So who owns it?
IBWC.
Now, they've come to take it back.
All at the owner's expense.
Among the residents who have received letters at Four Seasons, you'll find veterans from World War II, people who are disabled, retirees, and just about all of them in their golden years. Some are only asked to move as little as their porch, but yet others need to move much more.
This would have to be removed, and this would have to be removed up to here. And you cannot do it without destroying the whole home. This home is over 40 years old. You can't take the additions off and move it, it would fall apart.
Joanne Olson and her husband Prentice invested about $85,000 to remodel this home. Similar investments were made by neighbors.
I already have $48,000 investment in the house originally. And then to think of it costing $40,000, $50,000 to remove, I have no idea.
They're deeply invested in these properties that were long ago fused to the ground.
Why after all this time?
This is, I think, a real example of the negligence from the Boundary Water. And they could have nipped it in the bud instead of all of us being victims 22 years later.
They have been given a deadline that's coming up next month to move, but some just don't know where to move to.
You know, if we do end up being homeless, we may end up back in the cold country in the snow by my son and daughter-in-law. And they have their own family. So, and it would be harder on us. We wouldn't live as long, I'm sure.